Bernanke and the price of gold. I know a lot of people don't like Ben Bernanke and a lot of different things, and he's taking a lot of criticism from a lot of different things. I don't know. To me, this is the gold chart going back to monthly charts or weekly chart, excuse me, going all the way back quite a year, some years back to 2004. And this was 2008 when we had the financial crisis. Gold was going down. And I'm going to say this, really what was going on, gold was going up all during this period because of QE basically put more money out there, quantitative easing, devaluing the dollar. That's really why gold was rising. It's a simple thing, but what's going on here? It almost reminds me of the 2008 financial crisis again. And I said this before, but I've always been looking at this gold platinum ratio. Gold was actually up to 15% more than platinum at one point in time. That is why platinum had such a good jump and everything from December of 2011 over the next couple months up to say beginning of March 2012. I'm going to say one thing, and I think I got in here because I'm getting a little I was getting a little annoyed at some of the well, I don't want to say anybody's doing anything bad on purpose or anything like that, but I think people are missing the point on a lot of things. For instance, when we had this happen here, now I didn't get creamed or anything on this. I got out of it and actually had a gain because I jumped in here lucky. But I started thinking about this, and I say to myself, I said it a few times, I don't know what the heck the silver bloggers are thinking of, or it's all emphasis on buying shiny silver coins, which is fine. Fine, it's no problem. But when Bernanke opened up his mouth, and I guess maybe the silver bloggers are playing to a silver audience, or they're coin bullion dealers or whatever. But when Bernanke opened up his mouth, I wasn't even aware, or I was kind of like casually aware he was going to say something, but I wasn't paying attention to it, and I should have been. But the people I'm listening to is a lot of these silver bloggers and all this stuff. Buy a moose coin and all this garbage. You know what that is, right? And I'm thinking, a lot of these people know better. And this is a normal, yeah, I guess you could say it's rigged, it's market reaction, whatever, overreaction. But when Bernanke opened up his mouth, he should have been ready, set, and stops. And I'm looking at and examining what I did wrong. I should have been setting stops. I should have been aware that Bernanke was going to open up his mouth. I should have been setting stops immediately right before he opened up his mouth. And when he opened up his mouth and saw the market take this hit like this, I should have triple shorted for an hour. I realized that was a mistake and a definite loss. And it's like something, not saying that I could see this 2020 back, but I should have been. You could have seen this right when it was happening. You could have picked up on this and made some hell of a lot of money inside of an hour. And I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, these silver bloggers are just telling you Bernanke's evil, and they're not telling you anything what the hell to do. And I'm thinking that's stupid. I don't understand what they're thinking of. And some people should know better because they have a lot of knowledge in this type of area. I don't. But you know what? Despite how I might talk, I talk very plain. I am not stupid. Believe me. People used to call me like the Columbo. You remember that stupid show, The Detective? Yeah, the guy played stupid, and it works. I don't like talking like a phony professional with they're dorks. I hate them. But anyway, this thing, I was looking at this, we saw silver bounce up, and this is right off the Fibonacci. There was no BS, and I'm talking about the actual closing. This kind of was like interday. It was actually closed at around 32.95. It did bounce right off the Fibonacci. But I'm looking at this thing, and actually this is a good article. I'm going to put this out from Coin Week. I know they're a bullion dealer, and I agree with it. I'm mainly in physical silver, so I'm not knocking physical silver or these bullion dealers or anything like that. I think it's still smart to buy coins and all that stuff. You might get some more buying opportunities, as they say. If I was a betting man and you say you're buying physical, I think you're going to get some cheaper here pretty soon. That's what I'm thinking. This is good, the way he put this. A standard prudent business practice is to plan for contingencies. True, contingencies are future events that may not or may come to pass, but not necessarily occur. For instance, companies don't expect physical disasters, but developing recovery plans for such events could pay off tremendously should a crisis happen. Is it possible that the U.S. government has moved beyond contingency planning to schedule a definite plan of action to manage Greece's sovereign debt crisis? There are rumors circulating that specific steps are going to be executed beginning after the close of business on Friday, March 23rd, 2012. That's the rumor, and I'm like saying, when they got a rumor out there and it's all over the internet, I don't know how good that's going to be. But, you know what? They also had all over the internet when Sprott was selling, right? But, how many people were picking up on it? How many people were picking up on it? Not the silver bloggers. It's kind of burning me up because, saying, what the hell good are these guys? According to the sources, the plan is that after markets close on March 23rd, all credit rating agencies will declare that the Greek government is officially in default on its sovereign debt. Over the weekend, all Greek bank accounts would be frozen to prevent the flight of capital with a limited list of emergency exceptions. When markets reopen on Monday, March 26, 2012, major banks will be instructed not to exchange euros. All Greek financial and banking markets will be closed for at least one day. Now, if this happens, you're going to be like, see, the thing is falling, the sky is falling. But you know what? That might be the time to buy. So, this is what I'm wondering. And this is a very good common sense thing. I like this. I want to post a link on this, buy coins from these guys. I don't know, maybe they're good. Who knows? To the extent that these rumors received a lot of publicity, the plans for March 23rd, 2012 will not work. It will likely be dropped. Yeah, that's what I kept thinking too. But I still think something's going to hit. There's going to be something with this thing, with the euro debt, a default on Greek debt. And I don't know. I don't know about this. They say it's a virtual certainty, even with the just announced bailout package that will supposedly enable the Greek government to meet its large March 20th payment commitments. The latest negotiations with Greek lenders are for 70% of the face value to be written off as bad debts. It was only a few months ago that the negotiations were trying to write off only 50% of the face value. The longer the process takes to reach any solid agreement, the greater the bad debt write-off will be. So, they talk about you may not have much time to acquire safe haven assets such as physical gold or silver in your possession. Enough of that crap. I ain't getting any. But I'm looking at this is that, in Mark Farber does not tell you to buy, all physical this and physical that. And, the silver bloggers and gold bloggers are telling you to buy everything physical. Everything on a piece of paper is going to turn into toilet paper. And, I don't like being too critical on here sometimes because it's almost like mean. But, sometimes I wonder, it's just like, I think let me put it this way. When you got somebody like, I'm a little wondering about this brother John F. He's got a good angle with this stuff. But, when you're into Bitcoins and you're telling people to get out of electronic markets and the whole sky's going to fall, somehow that doesn't jive with me. That reminds me of something else. And, I'm thinking that this puppy is going to fall a bit more, and at the next point is going to be just a little bit below 31, and it may crash even more than this. But you know what? When you're looking at these charts, we're still kind of like QE since QE has ended. And Bernanke is holding off on QE as much as possible. You think this guy's not trying to do the best he can, actually, in a way? I know. But in a way, what the hell can he do? What's going to drive this market up is QE. And, I just think, when you start looking at this, I know this is gold, but, it's better to look at gold. I mean, I could pull back a chart and go into silver and also say, here's a weekly chart, and it really isn't a downward trend still. It is. And the thing that made this thing shoot up was QE. It's like they need, this is probably going to be a bigger financial crisis that's going to knock it down like something insane, you know? Like, I don't even know about this 31 point. They need QE to make this stuff go up. And that was one of the things I was thinking he was going to do. And I should have been right on it when he opened up his mouth. And I am not paying attention too much to these coin people because that's nice if the world blows up. But, you know, if you start looking at things, this is really still in a downward trend. Really what made this go up, just like with gold, is QE. QE. He needs to do QE, and he's kind of doing it like a little bit of it, but not much. And when he opens his mouth, the QE's coming on, then it's safe to go in there double leverage. That's what I'm thinking. And I think there's going to be more problems. It's got to get hammered down some more. Then he's going to open his mouth, QE. Then it's going to be safe. I'm not 100% sure. I know Mark Farber said buy gold. I know he said buy gold. I know he says oil's going up, silver's going up. But it's not until something really rotten happens that these guys are going to start changing policy, getting more aggressive on printing money. And that's when you buy right in there. There's going to be something really rotten that's going to happen.